This video is about elapsed time. It is elapsed time when you know the start time, you know how much time has passed, and you are trying to figure out the end time. I like to use a clock that doesn't have any hands on it as a good visual aid. And I also, just as a reminder, want to go back over this idea that when you go ahead or back a full hour, the minutes don't change, just the hour, the number in the hour. So if it's at 4 o'clock and we go ahead 5 hours, we're going to end up going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 9 o'clock. You can see that the double zeros there did not change at all because we only changed the hours. We did not change any minutes. The same goes as if it was 3:15 and you went ahead 2 full hours. You would go from 3:15 to 4:15 to 5:15. So the numbers in the minutes did not change at all. They stayed at 15. All right, that was just a little bit of a review from our last lesson. And so we're going to start off fairly easy here. If we start at 4:15 and we go ahead 3 hours, that's how much time has passed. What will the end time be, or what time will it be then? So at 4:15, we go ahead 3 hours. So we would go from 4:15 to 5:15, 6:15, 7:15. 1, 2, 3 hops. So our end time would be 7:15. And since we did not go past 12 o'clock at all, we're still going to be at p.m. Now, suppose I got up at 6:30 a.m. and I know in 9 hours I am going to go to the grocery store. So 6:30, we're going to go ahead 9 hours. So 6:30 to 7:30 would be 1 hour. So I am just simply going to count ahead 9 hops. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's going to be at 3:30. We're going ahead strictly by hours. So this part, the minute digits are not going to change at all. So it is going to be 3:30. Now it's not going to be 3:30 a.m. because we went from 6:30, we crossed over 12 o'clock. And when you cross over 12 o'clock, you go, in this case, from a.m. to p.m. We were at 6:30 in the morning, and in 9 hours, we're going to be at 3:30 in the afternoon. So these were a couple that started you off fairly easy because our minute numbers did not change at all. Now, if we start at 3:15 a.m. and we add 1 hour and 45 minutes, or we go ahead 1 hour and 45 minutes, what time will it be? So from 3:15, if we add 1 hour, it's going to be 4:15. So I have to keep that in my mind. 4:15. Now I'm going to go ahead 45 minutes. And in fact, one thing I could do is I could jot down 4:15 in case I'm afraid I'll forget it. And I'm going to say, now I'm at 4:15 and I want to go ahead 45 minutes. I put my little cursor here because at 4:15, the minute hand would be there. And I'm going to go ahead 45 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I'm going to be at o'clock. So I was at 4:15. I went ahead 45 minutes. So that's going to get me at 5 o'clock. And I did not cross the 12 o'clock because I went from 3:15 to 5. So that is we're still in AM. I only went ahead an hour and 45 minutes. If it is 8 p.m. and I have to go to bed in 2 hours and 30 minutes, what time will it be? So I'm at 8 p.m. I'm going to go ahead 2 hours. So that's 9, 10. I'm now at 10 o'clock, and 30 minutes past 10 o'clock is 10:30. So I'm going to put 10:30. 10:30, and I'm still in the evening, so it's 10:30 p.m. All right, now I'm at 6:20 p.m. So 6:20 in the evening, and I'm going to go ahead 4 hours. I hope you notice that I'm splitting this up into 2 steps. I do the hours and then I do the minutes. So at 6:20, if I go ahead 4 hours, I'm going to go ahead 4 hops, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to be at 10:20, and I'm going to jot that down. This isn't a final answer, but I'm just going to jot it down to remind myself I'm at 10:20. If I was at 10:20, my minute hand would be right here at 20 minutes after. And now I want to go ahead 30 minutes. So my minute hand would be right here. I'm going to go ahead 30 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to be right here. And this is how many minutes after the hour. All right, if I'm at the 10, it is 50 minutes after the hour. So I was at 10:20 and now I'm at 10:50. And the final couple more problems that we're going to look at. So now we're at 9:45. Oh, I want to go back up here and I want to say I'm still in the evening, so I'm going to add p.m. And now if we were at 9:45 a.m., so now we're at 9:45 in the morning, and we're going to go ahead 4 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm going to put my cursor right there, 9:45, and go ahead 4 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gets me at 1:45, which I'm just going to jot down here. I like to write things down. So I'm now at 1:45. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at 1:45, and I'm going to add 15 minutes onto that. So if I was at 1:45, my minute hand would be right there. So when I went up 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15, I'm going to be at the O clock, and it's going to go from 1:45 to 2 o'clock. And I went past 12 noon. I was at 9:45, 10:45, 11:45, 12:45, 1:45. So I went past 12 noon. So it changed from AM to PM. Now it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If we started at 8:15 in the evening and we added 4 hours and 30 minutes, what time would we end up at? So I'm going to start at 8:15 and go ahead 4 hops. So 8:15, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm at 12:15 if I went ahead a full 4 hours. And then I have to add 30 minutes onto that. So 30 minutes onto 12:15 is going to be 12:45. And since I'm in the 12 o'clock hour, I'm going to change to AM.